One.
Oh,
Hey, everybody, I'm back. ArmTalk in the house. I'm your host, Jody Williams, with my main man over here, Mr. Brian Parliment. Through the fingers, by the way. Be sure to check out his channel. He has an awesome guest coming up tomorrow, right?
yeah, we do. Cody Wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cody Wood. Yeah.
So
Lots of them lately.
today's topic, an event that probably should get more headway, but for some reason they don't. Yeah, Clifton's in the house. I knew Clifton was going to be the first person in here. So let's talk about it, because this event, and the reason why I wanted you on the show for this prediction show, because you know quite a few of the guys involved in this also. So the Montana Armbender event. Now, for those that don't know, in the past, we've had guys like Saunders. We have guys like RVJ, Todd Hutchings. The list goes on and on. And this time around, it doesn't disappoint, right? So Clifton Erickson, who's in the chat, he's been on there before. He knows what's going on, you know. John Therian, I think he's been on there. He might have been. I'm trying to if he has or hasn't. But nonetheless, you know, Scott Evans in the house. What's up, Scott? You know, Miles just texted me saying if I was going to be there. And I told him I'm bummed out. Not this year, but hopefully, fingers crossed, next year. Hopefully, the two people on this show will be there next year, right? So
yeah, I think so. That'd be really good.
So let's talk about this for a second.
Yes.
And people need to realize, you know, Josh Wilson, they got to put together this amazing event. And I get it for some people. It's on Valentine's Day. Now, is he going to keep the same date? Maybe, maybe not. I do think it's on a Saturday this year. But nonetheless, it's a good event. It's in Great Falls, Montana, correct?
Yeah, Great Falls. Yes, definitely.
So you know more about this event than I do. I mean, I know a chunk, but you know probably more. So can you tell the viewers out there what's your relationship with this event? How are you connected to it?
Yeah, you know, Josh has been growing this year after year after year. Like every year, like he hasn't failed to entertain us. So he had Hutchings. It all started with Hutchings. I watched it. The first year I watched it, he had Todd Hutchings down. Ben Brooks from Montana got to pull Todd Hutchings. It was one-sided, but you know what? It was awesome. Everybody got to pull Todd that year. That their production was, you know, decent. It was good. And then he piggybacked off that and like blew it out of the park the next year. And then the next year he blew it out of the park again. And I don't need to explain each event, but I can tell you right now, this is a hard one to beat. I don't think there's one in North America that stacks up other than the big names of promotions. Josh has went pretty big on this one. This is probably the best card and biggest event in North America outside the major promotions. So, like, this is really, really interesting. I mean, we look at the poster, you look at the matches, you see the names, the quality. Sanders is back again for a second year. He pulled RVJ last year at the Armbender. Clifton pulled John Therian last year. That was a banger match. I mean, like, this year it's like Therian, Sanders, Adam Warzinski, Cody Wood, like, who else?
Easton McCormick, yeah. You know,
yeah. Easton's pulling Chuck Young, the Destroyer. That match is, I'm interested. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know, like every match is a friggin' banger. Like, you know, Miles Hutton versus Nathan Johnson. That match is fire. It's fire. So
Joe Fair,
yeah, Joe Fair, yeah, Joe Fair is pulling John Therian. Yeah, it's like. Who's late? Leaf is who's he pulling again? I think he's pulling here. Let me bring it. I have the card here.
You got the list? Yeah, let's hit it.
Yeah, this right now. We've just been we got Dakota Shipton, our very own Albertan's going to be there pulling Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson's a longtime puller. He pulled for UAL. He pulled for WAF. He's got wins on greats.
Corey Miller,
yeah, there's another. Yeah, Corey Miller. Like, yeah, exactly. And then you got, Groot versus Cody Wood. So, listen, all the names are just crazy. So, we'll just start right off at the top. So
Well, before we go any further, before we start our prediction show, why do you think this event doesn't get as much traction as you think it should?
I think it's just location, and I don't know if it just gets it's on the feed of everybody. Like I know that especially in the United States, it seems like a lot of people, they'll have a lot on their algorithm on Facebook in their area. I think because it's in Montana, it maybe doesn't get viewed enough. You know what I mean? Across the whole United States continent, like the North America, right? So I think this one here is going to put them on the map. And I think if you didn't know who the armbender was and Josh Wilson, I think this event is going to definitely set the stage for him, for everybody to know about the Montana armbender. So I think it's, I don't know. This is, I mean, how can you not? This card is fire. You have, like, if you're not impressed by this, I don't know what will impress anybody, right? So
Clifton Erickson says, I owe a lot to Josh Wilson and the sponsors. Without them, I wouldn't have got the exposure that has helped me. Now, here's a guy, you know, and if you know Clifton Erickson, that guy's been, I think he does PRs every 45 minutes or something like that, it seems like. You know, so this is a strong dude. I've seen videos of this guy, and he's put in the work. And I'm telling you right now, there ain't too many people that's going to outwork him.
No.
And I'm going to say that with my chest. Yeah. There ain't going to be too many people that'll outwork him, right? So you got to kind of put that in perspective. Now, also, you know, we do have our everyone knows about MAC, everyone knows about EBW, that kind of stuff, the other promotions, and maybe it is location. But, you know, when you bring some of those athletes there, a who's who, it matches up with anything else, you know? And, you know, the whole purpose of you and I doing this show, aside from the predictions, is to get some eyes on there, because I do think that, man, if you've ever been to one before, you'll know what's going on. Now, I am kind of bummed out because I think now it'll come to the forefront, because before, remember, M-Spot did some stuff in Montana also. So I think a lot of people got the two kind of intertwined, but they were two separate ordeals, you know? Yeah. So M-Spot's no longer doing events, but, you know, Montana Armbender is, where M-Spot did multiple throughout the year, whereas Armbender just did the one. If I'm mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. Just did the one a year.
No, they were actually joined at the hip at one time. So like the M-Spot and Josh Wilson were partners for a bit, right? And they called it Mabel. I think it was called Mabel at the time.
Yeah.
And they had differences of opinions, and they went their own way. And I managed to stay friends with both of them because, you know, like, you know what I mean? I don't really, you know, I stay neutral because, you know, they both did amazing things for me, right? And I can only go off of how they treated me. But they're both amazing people, and I love Josh Wilson. He's doing amazing things for these guys. He gives the guys in Montana a real opportunity to show themselves. Like, he's bringing the caliber of pullers to Montana to highlight his Montana pullers. So, you know, what he's doing for the community of Montana, it's like, you know what? I don't think there's another promoter that does that. Willing to just put their neck out and get all the top names, and then get his guys in Montana these big matches that will forever cement them, because we're going to all see Leif Sorensen. We're going to all see Clifton Erickson. We're all going to see Clifton's from North Dakota, but same thing. You know, Joe Fair, you know, all these guys, Chuck the Destroyer Young getting to pull a stud, Eastern McCormick. Like, he's doing so much for the Montana crowd and the pullers that, yeah, I don't know, man. You know, I can't say enough good things about Josh. Yeah, so they went separate, but now Josh is hooked up with Red Lightning with Robert Kelly, and his production's getting better and better and better and better every time. So, you know, the standard's going to be high. Like, the production's still going to be amazing. You know what I mean? Yeah, I can't wait. I just can't wait. I hope this year, because I know there was a little bit of a lighting issue last year, so we'll see. We'll see this year. But, you know, it was still good. It was really good. But, you know, I'm sure they're going to improve on that anyway. So
now, I will say this. It's a 2-for-1 deal. What I mean by that is the fact that you have Josh bringing some good names to the the Montana area, but then you also got to involve Canada. So they're also putting the spotlight on the Montana guys, putting the spotlight on guys from Canada. So it's like a 2-for-1 thing, if I'm not mistaken. But nonetheless, it's exciting. Maybe, and I know that the M Spot was more responsible for the one event that was a one and done. Unfortunately, the City Slickers versus Country Folk. And I love that. I love that thing. And I thought that was going to be a good thing. And unfortunately, that kind of went by the wayside.
It was a good thing, but only one side liked it. The other side didn't like it. So,
right.
You can't please everybody, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Pretty amazing.
But nonetheless, I say we get to these cards and get to these predictions. And then, yes, everybody, when February 14th, pay-per-view, by the way. And before we get started, I gotta get this out there. I feel special because this is the Montana Armbenders' first ever pay-per-view, and I'm the first person ever to purchase one from Montana Armbenders. So yes. Hold on, I gotta widen that. Yes, there you go. I'm the first person to get that. So I feel special, and I feel like, hey, I like this.
Yeah.
Now, granted, once again, I have to put this out there. It's on Valentine's Day, so.
Yeah, but
somehow I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, well, with the old lady, you're gonna have to make some time. Yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying. Well, last year we pulled in Helena, Montana, on Valentine's Day, and the Armbender did it the following weekend. So they were a week after that event. So, I don't think the Armbender is gonna fall on Valentine's Day every year. It's just happened to be the weekend it fell on was Valentine's Day weekend this year. That's all.
Right.
Yeah. So.
But. Without further ado, and I don't know if this match is going to be in order, but we know what match is the main event, so we'll make sure we put that at the tail end. But as far as the list, what you got going there, Mr. Parliment? What's the first one up?
So this should be pretty close to the order of the thing. And just remember, guys, all the matches are going to be free except for the last 6. So the last 6 are going to be on the pay-per-view card, and then the rest of them will be free on YouTube. So you'll be able to watch a lot of these matches on YouTube prior to the pay-per-view. No, still buy the pay-per-view, but you know what I'm saying. Watch the matches before the pay-per-view too. So first match is Tim. I just call him Tim Geib. Tim Geib. He's an up and comer, really strong kid. He's pulling Luke Cody, and Luke Cody is like a well-known Montana puller. He's been pulling in Montana for a long time. Everybody really knows Luke Cody. But I think that match is going to be a banger. So it's 2 local boys going at it, but I think Tim's been really, really improving this last year, and I see an actual battle. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a 3-0. I see this one maybe being like a 3-2 war. So it should be a really
I'm assuming all these matches are best of 5, yes?
Yes.
Hey, can you hold on for a quick second? I got the glare from the sun going on my window that's kind of glaring in here. So let me go ahead and shut that door right quick.
No problem. Oh, starting to feel better. I'm pretty sore today. Got Ryan Boussier in the house, Dustin Finley, Clifton. We have Bellinger in the house. Ryan Bellinger. Hey.
Yeah, see that? Got Paul Stevens. Got Lucky.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Lucky. Yeah. So this first match is, like I said, they're not going to be that known. So a lot of people might not know these 2 guys, but in Montana they're well known, and I think it's a good match. I know both guys, and I think it's going to be a really banger of a match. So
I'm not familiar with either, so I'm not sure. But do I have a coin? I'm gonna flip a coin.
Yeah.
Now you know what? We'll do this. We'll go with I'm gonna go with Luke on this one.
Okay. I'm going with Tim. Yep.
All right.
Yep. So you got Luke.
What you got next?
Okay. Next up, we got another Montana boy, Daniel Groselak or.
Oh yeah.
I've seen him pull lots. Strong guy, really strong guy. And the other guy's from North Dakota. Probably trains with Clifton and them. It's Ian Johnson.
Okay.
I don't know a lot about Ian. Clifton would know more about him because he's from North Dakota. But I'm going to go with I'm kind of, unless you're from here, I'm voting for Montana. Like I'll be going a lot for Montana because they're kind of like home base for me in a way.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's like you're home away from home. So if Clifton
kinda.
says top roll slide pressure, he giving out his stuff already.
Okay. Yeah.
Doesn't Gruzelac has like a brother he competes too?
Yeah, John or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. You know what? No offense, Clifton, but I'm rolling with Gruzelac. That's what I'm rolling with.
Yeah, I'm rolling with Gruzelac too. Yeah. Now then, okay, well that and this one's a little. We know some of these guys, I think. We got Dustin Finley. He's representing Washington.
Yes.
And then you got Ben Brooks, and he's Montana. And this match is really interesting because Ben Brooks, in probably a lot of people's mind, would be the favorite just because he's got such big wins on people. And he's been able to pull Hutchings and RVJ and big names like that. But I don't think Ben's back to where he needs to be yet on the right.
Was there an injury?
Yeah, bad injury, had surgery. I think it's been 2 years now. Like he's getting close. He's getting close. You know what I mean? But I don't think he's back to where he was prior to the injury. And I know how much Dustin's been crushing it. And I watched Dustin's training. And Ben, you know what? Maybe if I seen your training and seen you crushing it, I would root for you. But I have to get behind my boy Dustin Finley. So Dustin Finley, he's putting in the work, and he's a fucking beast. Pardon my language. Sorry.
No, that's all right. My show is rated R, so we're good.
Oh, good. Yeah. Dustin. Yeah. Actually, I had the opportunity to pull him, and he got injured. And then we were talking about it later on, and then I got injured. So one day, me and Dustin are going to have a match too. So, and I don't know. I'm scared of that press, man. Boy, it's powerful. So.
Oh yeah, Dustin. I mean, and I'm not saying that because it's in the chat, but it's like going when you see people in person and you see other footage of them on social media, you kind of have an idea. With Ben Brooks, like you said, I mean, he's coming off an injury. He hasn't been back to the same he was before. You just don't quite know where people stand when they don't. And there are some people who just don't put their stuff out there. I understand that. They don't do that.
I was lucky enough about 3 weeks ago to a month ago. Ben Brooks was here in Lethbridge pulling an event here, and so I did get to see him firsthand. And I know he's not where he was before the injury. Like he still pulled really good. He still pulled really good at the event and that, but I thought he would have been more dominant. So
right,
yeah. So I mean, I'm going with Dustin on this one, Dustin Finley. Yeah.
Me too, my friend. Next one
is, sorry, guys, I'm just clicking back and forth here. We got a lady match. We got Scarlett Jade Wood from Georgia versus Susie Ann Palmer from Latvia. And Susie's got a really big, gigantic hand, but I'm sure Scarlett has been busting her ass training, and I see one being a top roller and one being an inside puller. That's what I'm seeing. So I don't know. I'm gonna let you go first because I don't know who I'm picking right now. Probably.
Well, if you know Scarlett, and here's the thing. First of all, anyone down south with the last name Wood, you already know who they're talking about. Whether it be Cody Wood, whether it be Scarlett Wood, either or. Husband and wife, they're joined at the hip. You can't have one without the other, right? Yeah. And I've seen Scarlett pull. I know what she can do. This will be a good test for her. I've seen her pull on some of the big tournaments before, and she's done fairly well. I think, you say Susie's from where?
Latvia.
Well, shit. Saunders is going to be in her corner, so there's always that, right?
Yeah.
So that, but I still think deep down that and I wonder if Cody. I'm imagining Cody's coming with Scarlett, but nonetheless, I think people need to know what Scarlett's all about. I think Scarlett's going to go ahead and do some damage.
Yeah. I seen the size of the Susie's hand. I'm a little worried about the size of the hand. I have to say I'm a little worried about it, but I'm rooting for Scarlett all the way. And you know what? I got Scarlett. She's going to pull it off. She's going to have too much heart, and she's going to win. So,
And I think Nathan said I watched her in Istanbul. I'm assuming that he's talking about Susie. Yeah, if you can give us some insight on that, Nathan, that would be awesome. You know, who else we got? She trains with Saunders. Yeah, so anybody from Latvia knows what the hell's going on, right? So Nathan's saying Susie 3-0.
I trained with Saunders too for a year, so I know. Listen. My gut says Susie might have too much hand. Her hand is gigantic, but yeah, yeah. For a woman, it's very, very big, and I have seen a little bit of her. So you know what, my intuitions. I think she's a heavy. I think she is the favorite, but I like to go for the underdog, and I'm going for Scarlett. So.
There is an upset I got in this event. And I'll let you know once we get to it. All right. Here we go. Next one.
So we had Susie. Okay, this one here, Through the Fingers. We sponsored this match, so we're pretty proud of this match. It's going to be an uphill battle, I think, for our brother Chuck Young in Montana. But we got Easton McCormick from Nebraska versus Chuck Young from Montana.
Well,
interesting.
You know, I got my eyes. I got, interest in this match for obvious reasons, right? So, but my match with Easton is left hand, not right hand. So, but still, I've been watching Easton progress, and I've said this time and time again, and I'm gonna say it one more time. Now for myself, because I'm pulling Easton the following month in March. So, what you got to understand, people, is that if you're going to beat Easton, you better do it now, because once he gets everything dialed in, he's going to be hard to beat. And I'll say this, some way, somehow down the road, him and Ogden are going to meet up on the table. I said it. Yes. Some way, somehow, Ogden Laird, Easton McCormick are going to meet on the table, and they're going to have it out.
I think Ogden's got to catch up to Easton. I think Easton's surpassed Ogden right now. I think from what I see, he looks like he'd be a handful for Ogden. Yeah, but
now
one day
they're kind of like, well, I guess it depends on how you look at it, because it's fair to say Ogden has all the exposure, right?
I agree.
So I think we can agree to that. He has all the exposure. When he first got on the scene, people kind of said, "Okay, y'all guys just handed him, anybody just to kind of get him some steam under him and then shoot his way up." Then he kind of took a couple losses. Now he's back down to earth and trying to say, "Okay, where I want to be at." And as you can see the chat, Ogden isn't there yet. I think he's there. It's just it all depends on who he pulls.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Selective pulling, yeah, I agree.
So, but to answer your question, I love Chuck. He's an old rival of mine and stuff. And but I just think, and this is nothing against Chuck, but Chuck, you've pulled him before. I've pulled him before. We all know that unless Chuck does something spectacular, he's the one, he pulls one way. And when you stop that, you stop him. And, I've always said, and I want your opinion on this, Brian, everybody in the chat, I want your opinion too. It's when you participate in a super match, challenge match, things of that nature, you better have more than one move, because I'm telling you, like, if you don't and someone stops that, you might be in the world of trouble. Do you agree or disagree?
No, I agree. I agree with you, because I pride myself in having multiple lanes, because it's no worse feeling in the world when your ace gets shut down and you don't know what else to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping, and who knows, Chuck may be doing something or working on something that we don't know about.
Yeah.
It's
true. It's true. Well, so this match here, so listen, what I think will happen and what I'm rooting for and praying for and hoping for are two different things. So I'm hoping that Chuck has really been hitting the table, not just the gym, practicing too. And I hope that Chuck is a hitter. He's just a natural hitter, but he needs to have multiple hit lanes. So I'm hoping that when he's been training, he's been working on his lanes, his directions, even just different types of hits in case something, in case he gets stuffed that first one, it's really defeating, afterwards, right? Because I know when I beat Chuck, I think he felt defeated after the first round because you know what I mean? Just because I stuffed at center, right? And you know what I mean? And then it was just tough, right? So I'm rooting for Chuck. I want Chuck to win, and I think there's chances for him to win. He has to be perfect in the setup. He has to be perfect with his timing. But I know Easton's training, and he's training some of the stuff that I train. And I have to say, Easton is heavy favorite in this right now, just because of the lane. Well, because Chuck's got to finish him. Chuck's got to pin him, and Chuck has been fighting a lot more. Like if he gets stopped before, he used to not fight that much. Once he didn't get his hit, now he's fighting through it and battling through it. So, I mean, we'll see. You know what? If Easton plans on catching Chuck down near the pad, then I think Chuck will beat him because anytime Chuck gets on that winning side, that's where he's strongest. But if Easton stops him anywhere 30% in center zone, Chuck's in a lot of trouble. So, yeah, we'll see. I have to say, I have to think that Easton's going to win this match, but I'm rooting for Chuck, and I'm hoping that he wins. Yeah, I'm hoping that he wins.
I think we're on the same page with that.
Yeah,
and so like I said, and when we root for it here, when we make predictions, I want to get this out there. It's not because we don't like the person we didn't pick.
That's right.
It has nothing to do with that. It's just like it's a 50-50 shot, right? So. Right, that's what we're talking about. So, and like I said, who knows? Chuck may surprise people.
Yeah, he has before. He blew my mind. I watched him pin Jordan Sill that one tournament. I was like, wow. I'm like, you couldn't have aged my win on you, Chuck, any better, buddy. Keep pinning these guys. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's great. Yeah. So
the upset would be if Easton doesn't beat Chuck 3-0. That would be the upset.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I definitely agree.
All right. Who we got next?
Okay, next. Yeah. So I think we both said Easton that time, right? So,
yes.
Next one is Randy Harold out of Idaho. He's actually pretty RJ Harold, I think he goes by, against Jake Houston. Now, this match here is going to be good. So this RJ Harold is actually he's gotten really good, like really good, really fast. Do I think he's going to beat Jake Houston? No. I think Jake Houston's going to I think there might be a round or two that's close, but I think Jake is going to run over him. Because Jake took a loss last year to Alexander Groot, and I think he's and he didn't come in the best form last year apparently, and I think he took him a little bit for granted, Groot. And I think he's coming in ready this year. So I'm expecting Houston to just be blasting. So, I mean,
apparently Clifton said Jake is actually training this year. Why would you not train? But if he's coming in training, look out,
Serious. Yeah, he's serious. And, and Jake's my boy. I like Jake Houston a lot. He's a really good guy. I had him on the podcast. I'm proud that he's my friend, and he's a good person, but he's a fucking killer on the table. So I don't know. I think RJ is really good and probably ready for a match like this, but I don't have him with his inexperience. I don't have him in the match with Jake. So yeah,
I'm gonna pick RJ. I'm going for the upset.
Nice.
That's not my upset.
RJ is good. Yeah, RJ is really good. He's really good. So yeah. So
who we got next?
Okay, next. Yeah. We got my man Dakota Shipton versus Brian Johnson out of Helena, Montana.
The hometown guy, huh?
Yeah. This is interesting. This is very interesting, this match. It's is it? Let me just see. I think it's switched hands. So what hand? Left-handed. Okay. So originally it was originally gonna be right-handed, but Brian hasn't fully recovered from his injury on the right. I think that's what I heard. But I don't think it matters. I felt Dakota's left recently, and I think Dakota's filled he had a little bit of a void between his hand and his arm at one time, but I don't think it's there now. I actually I made a mistake in practice with him. I used to just like let him work and get down near the pad and I'd bring him back and stuff. I couldn't do that. Last time I pulled Dakota, I got cocky and I tried it and he was too fucking strong. I couldn't bring him back. I let him down too much and I couldn't get it back. So Dakota's put on a lot of strength and his left is feeling pretty damn strong. So I got Dakota. I got Dakota winning this. Yeah, I got Dakota all the way. And that's not even biased. That's off of what I felt. So,
is it me or is Dakota looking thicker these days?
Yeah, his arms are thicker too now. Yep.
I saw a picture not too long ago and like his shoulder development, and I'm thinking arms. I'm like going, is this the same Dakota?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
Like you look at that picture and then look when you have your show, the intro, it starts off with Dakota. He ain't the same person.
No, he's not the same. He's put on he is Dakota's had a good hand for a long time, but he used to lack in the arm. So he didn't have the arm to back up the hand. But I know he's been training with Clifton and they're doing side press. Like Clifton's been helping him with his side pressure and stuff. And I felt it. Like there's a difference now in Dakota. So
well, that's because Clifton's over there side pressuring UPS trucks and shit, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, and he's over there PRing, trees over there and all that kind of stuff. But no, I'm an old school guy.
Yeah, Brian.
I'm an old school guy, so I'm rolling with the old dog, Mr. Brian Johnson. That's who I'm rolling with. You said left hand, right?
His left hand, yeah.
Yeah, I'm rolling with the old dog. So we're gonna go with Brian Johnson on that one. Like I said, no offense, Dakota. I know you looking big and thick these days, man, I'm excited to see the match, though.
Oh, it's going to be a good one. I think it's going to be a good, fun, entertaining match. So we will see. So I have Dakota. You got Brian. Okay. Next one is two guys I've seen. They're both from Montana. I've got a little bit of knowledge now on Tyler Weaver because I got to see him pull recently. But it's Tyler Weaver from Great Falls, Montana versus Robert Petley. He's also out of Great Falls, Montana. And this is a left-handed match. So this is pretty interesting.
I have no footage on these guys. I probably have to go look, though, deep.
Yeah.
But have they pulled anywhere else before?
Petley's pulled a lot of people. He pulled who did he pull? Did he pull? Yeah, Petley, yeah. I'm trying to think of who he pulled recently that I would be able to say and know.
I have no idea.
Anyway, Petley is like going to be he's going to probably like try to pull like this, and he doesn't mind doing like a king's move. He opens up a lot from what I've seen. Tyler Weaver looks like he's just strong and likes to go sideways. That's what I've seen from him. I'm going to go Robert Petley on this one. I think he's been pulling longer and he's more experienced, and I think Robert Petley is going to win. But I don't know enough about either one of either. But I have seen them. I've seen them both pull, but I don't know exactly whether they're on the same level or what where they stand. I know that Weaver looked a little bit green to me. Yeah. When I watched him pull, he looked green. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Robert Petley on this one. So,
just for the sake of being different, because I know nothing about these gentlemen, Dakota shows up after that. Dakota, yeah, we made a prediction already, buddy.
And just did your match. Yeah.
We just did your now. Before you hate me, I did not pick you. I picked the old school Brian Johnson, but I did tell everybody that you have tremendously have the arms and the shoulders have gotten a lot bigger and stronger and thicker because the last picture you put up most recently, you look at that picture and then you look at the video on the intro of Through the Fingers.
Yeah.
You're the first person out on the video it shows, and you are two different people. So I will say that. So there you go, my friend. So far, we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 8 matches in the can already. We still got more. What you got next?
We've been kicking ass. So we got Good guy, nice guy. Had him on the podcast recently. Nathan Johnson out of North Dakota. This is Clifton's main training partner, I think, versus Miles J. Hutton from Turner, Montana. This is left-handed, and this is very, very, very interesting because they're two different style pullers, like 100%. Miles Hutton does happen to be the reigning Canadian national champion on the left hand.
Okay.
He's a Montana boy, but he could say he lives half there and half here now. So he competed in the Saskatchewan provincials, went to Canadian nationals, and then won on the left hand. So he's got some aqualegs or whatever that word is. Yeah, some words I can't say, but anyway, he's got some stuff in Canada now. So he's a Canadian national champ on the left. So yeah.
Clifton said, "Love you guys both, but he has to go for his training partner." Oh man, stop being biased.
The biasness. Come on. I think it's going to be a banger match. Actually, I see this one. Whoever gets the go on this one wins, I think.
You said that there are two different styles. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, so Nathan, I mean, I've seen him mostly on the right, but he says he's pretty much the same. So he's going to be looking to go deep inside and shoulder behind his hand. If he gets his shoulder behind his arm and gets locked, I don't think Miles is going to get him. But I think if Miles has such a good hand, and he's obviously Miles is good at everything, but he's got a big good hand, so he's probably best at top rolling. His go-to default is a flop press, but he can hook too. His weaknesses in the past have been side pressure, and that's bad because if Nathan does get him inside, I don't know if he strengthened that hole up, but if Nathan loses his hand to Miles, he's going to know it too. So I think whatever guy gets the go wins the round. So I got this match. I'm going to say Miles wins because I think his hand's going to be way too much for Nathan. But if not, it could be anybody's match. It's going to be close. I do think it's going to be close.
I'll say this. I think if his hand is that big and that strong, if you're saying that side pressure might be his weak point, then maybe
in a hook position.
In the hook, then maybe he should just go, off the go. He should rather hit for position rather than to win.
He probably will. Will.
That way it'll say anything that, Nathan
he does actually like to hit. He likes to hit for hand control. So I don't know.
Well,
he beat Jordan Sill. He just beat Jordan Sill on the left in a super match. So it's he's pretty. This is a tall order for Nathan too. So but Nathan, I think he's a little unknown. He's a killer. So this match is really, really interesting. I got Miles. I'm going Miles, but I know if it goes inside, I don't think Miles can hang with Nathan inside.
So I guess the question is, with that big hand, can Nathan turn him inside? Right.
That's going to be the question. Yes, it will. Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to go. If Mr. Miles hits for position, then it depends on once he gets to that point, does he bleed him out? I mean, we know that can be a thing too, where somebody, all right, I got my opponent, I'm gonna bleed him out, so that way round two, he's that much more weaker. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Miles is IQ. Miles is training with Eugene, so if Miles IQ has been catching up training with Eugene, he might be in the driver's seat, right? So Eugene is really, 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 really good, and he's a good coach. So
as long as everybody comes in healthy to make this event great, that'd be awesome.
I just want banger matches, man. I don't, you know what I mean? Even though I'm picking people right now, I just want banger matches. I love them, right? So
exactly. Who we got next?
So we got our man Clifton Erickson, North Dakota, versus Jordan Sill, Utah. This is right-handed.
Here's my upset right here.
Oh yeah, I'm with you.
This is my upset. I'm calling it right now. Here's the thing. We all know Jordan's been around phenomenal wins on people, Brzezinski included. I think he's even beaten Todd Hutchins. I've seen that with my own eyes. But
Ron Bath.
Yes, Ron Bath. But I think that because I know Clifton's been training so hard for this.
Oh, yeah.
He's putting every single ounce of sweat into this training for this match, for this moment. And I think that this might be, if Jordan's not careful, because he can, cough up a couple losses here and there. We see him, Chuck Young, pin him. Hell, I've pinned him. And, you don't want to sell Jordan short, but he's so smart. He's so savvy on the table. He will, he's a hand-dominant puller, by the way. So there's that. But I think Clifton, it's going to be like that. The plants are going to align, and there's my upset right there. That's what I'm calling.
Okay. So what I'm going to say is Jordan's biggest weakness is Clifton's biggest strength.
Uh-oh.
And
side pressure?
Side pressure. Jordan hates side pressure. It hurts him so bad that he usually loses first round and gets pissed off, and that's the only reason he does good afterwards, because he doesn't want it to go sideways anymore. But I think Clifton's got the formula. He's got the right stuff. Sorry, guys.
Hey, man, who calling you live on the show, man? Don't say that, man.
I know.
Don't
I don't normally do them at this time, so I got minutes going and stuff. Yeah. But what was I going to say? No, I think honestly, Clifton is going to keep enough of his pronation to be able to go sideways at will, and I think Clifton's going to win. I do. I think Jordan's going to not even like what Clifton has to bring sideways. So I've been saying Clifton wins this for a while. Jordan also isn't motivated enough. He hasn't looked him. It's been 4 years. I think he was at his peak 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago when he pulled Ron Bath. He was, I would say, one of the best in North America, but he hasn't looked the same since. Like, he's kind of degraded in the last 4 years, and I don't know if he's back to training full time or whatnot. But from what I've seen out of him, I don't think he takes it serious these days. Maybe because of work or whatever, but I know how hard Clifton works, and I'm going with Clifton. I think Clifton wins it. So, I'm
saying even Dakota said it's not an upset if everyone's picking Clifton, but
I guess
But here's a comment though by Nathan. He goes, outside the strap, Clifton wins. Inside the strap, Jordan wins. What are your thoughts on that?
No, I see. No, you know why I don't think that? I don't think that at all. I think actually, I think in strap Clifton wins. I see. The thing is, I watched him pull Victor, and I seen what he did to Victor. And yes, and I would pick Victor to beat Jordan right now. I know where Victor is, right, pulling with him, and I say Victor would beat Jordan right now. And Clifton, burned him out. I've never seen anybody burn out Victor like that. And anyway, I don't know. I think Clifton's it's gonna be bad news for Jordan. That's just what I think. Yeah, I don't see it any other way.
I think the key to what you said was motivated. Is somebody motivated? Why would somebody not be motivated? But it's just like, okay, they're flying you out there or whatever. You got a match coming up. Out of respect of your opponent, you got to, barring any kind of injury, you also want to be respectful to the promoter, respectful to your opponent. I'm not saying he's not going to be motivated. I'm not saying that.
Oh, no, maybe he is. I don't know either. I'm saying the same thing. I don't know, but I know how motivated Clifton is.
Yeah. Well, like I said, there's very few people I can count on one hand that's going to outwork Clifton in the gym or getting ready for a match. Like, he's been, doing this since last year. Like, he's, it goes to show you, once that a match was announced, he's thought nothing but that. He'll go to a tournament here and there, but the main thing is that he's going to go focus on that, and it's all going to come crashing down come February 14th, Valentine's Day. So, and Clifton said he'll get his strongest version. So there you go. See? So, yeah.
How can you not root for that? I got to root for that. Yeah, for sure.
All right, Dakota, you got to bounce, my friend. Thanks for chiming in for a little bit, so.
Okay. Well, you know what? We'll keep her rolling, too. so we can get these done. I got
What we
to go
got?
to the gym again still today. Leaf. I don't know. They call him Leaf, I think. Leaf
Yeah.
Sorensen. I always screw up his name. Sorry, Leaf. But anyway, he's from Montana, and he's going up against Corey Miller.
Now I might be biased on this one.
Yes, you can be.
Because I know Corey.
Yeah.
And it's the same Corey Miller who will walk in, pull 8 goddamn classes, and take top 3 in every single one of them, left and right. And yes, there is a mismatch. If you watched people in the chat, if you watched our show this morning, the Can-Am Connection, the topic was does weight matter? So here's a perfect example, right? So you got Corey, a lightweight in comparison to Leaf, right? Leaf's about what, 240-ish?
I think so. I was supposed to pull him once, and
Right.
I know he sits about 245. Yeah.
Right. So you got that. Corey's probably $180, maybe $190. Who knows? But the array of knowledge that Corey has, and I've seen him take down some strong people, some big dudes too. The array of table IQ that guy possessed is second to none. And I might be biased, but I'm going Corey with this one.
Well, I know them both. I study them both. I've watched Corey pull for years. I think if Corey flashes him, it'll be 3-0 Corey. But the problem is with Corey is if he does get stopped, he gasses fast. So every match I've ever seen him lose, he's up 3-0. Especially if it's a best of 7, he's up 3-0 and he loses 4-3. Or
are you talking about the Arm God match? Because
the Arm God match, the East versus West match, every match he does that. That's what just the trend, right? Now I know Leaf. I was studying him hard. I thought I was going to pull him once. He was going to be my opponent in Helena last year, but he couldn't take the match. He's got a really strong hand, and he's strong, and he's not easy to flash pin. Right. Like Chuck, this is a couple of years ago, but he's nowhere near that level now. He's way better. But Chuck would try to flash him, and no, it didn't happen ever. Now, Corey is a master, and you know what? I'd say Corey's the favorite, and it would be 3-0. But if it's not 3-0 Corey, Leaf wins. So if Leaf stops Corey at all, I don't think Corey wins. I think he loses. But
so it's either 3-0 or you're going to lose, basically.
Basically. So I'm going to say Corey because of that. But I'm rooting for Leaf, and I think if it stops, Corey loses. So
okay,
that's my analysis. That's my analysis. I'll pick Corey 3-0.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll pick him 3-0.
So Nathan says Corey lost to Daniel Prokopchik 3-0, and that's who he lost to at EVW.
Because he couldn't stop him, right? He couldn't stop him. Yeah, but no, I've seen a few matches though where who else was it? Was it Giannis? It was somebody else he pulled too, and he had him. He was up 3-0, and then he lost. It was Mindog. No, it wasn't Mindog. It was Arm Wars. It was Arm Wars. Mindog.
I was there at Arm Gods where he pulled Craig Sanders and was up 3-0 and lost the next.
Yeah. I called that one. I was in the chat on that one calling it. I said, long as Corey doesn't get stopped, he wins. And then 4th round, Craig stopped him, and it was over. Craig came back, won 4 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. So, yeah, Mindy 5-1. Okay, yeah, but Corey got the first one, right? But that's what I'm saying though. Like once someone stops him, 3-1 Giannis. Yeah. Corey got the first one. Listen, he's hot until he's not. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting, right? So I don't know. But Corey's really good, and his setup's really good, and he's really fast. And I watched him at that Brazil Cup go in and win all the classes, pretty much, right? So
yeah, he can do it.
Yeah, he
can. All right.
Next match. Yes, John Therian versus Joe Fear. So John Therian's out of Canada. And Joe Fear is out of Montana.
I know who Nathan Williamson is picking.
Well,
when was the last time we saw Joe pull?
Joe pulled last year at the Arm Bender. I'm trying to remember who he pulled. I know he's
Had he
pulled
pulled-
fights, too. He pulled in Colorado at the East versus West tournament, I think.
Right.
I think I've seen him there. I haven't seen him in a super match since last year. And who did he pull last year? I'm trying to remember who he pulled last year.
Because I mean, like, and here's the thing, and you know, is it safe to say that John Therian might be the favorite going into this match?
He's the favorite. And I'm actually picking John to win this one. So I think Joe, though, you know what? I've seen him. He came about 3 years ago. He came into Alberta and he went to one of our big events called Mayhem at the Mall. And he did really good. And he placed second in the multiple classes to only Mason DeRossi. So, and Mason DeRossi's a world champ, Canadian national champ, like really good puller, right? So,
yeah.
And Joe Fear plays second to Mason. So, you know, Joe's really good. I just have to go John Therian, right? I have to go with John. Joe's big enough though. He's a really big guy, and he's gonna have some weight on John. He's probably gonna be about 30 pounds heavier than John Therian. So maybe more.
It's hard to pick against somebody when you don't have a lot of footage on him, you know?
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen it. I mean, you said he pulled out the Colorado EVW tournament.
I'm pretty sure he did. I'm pretty sure I've seen him there. Yeah. At one of those East versus West qualifiers, he was there. I think it was Colorado. Yeah.
Mr. Pickup in the house. Mason DeRossi is the Bullocks.
Yes, Mason DeRossi is pretty damn good, and he's on the Calgary Tough team, and that event's coming in March. So watch for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, Mason beat him. But he did really well. So you know what? I'm going to say Therian Savage is going to be too much. It's going to be too much for Joe. And he's going to take it. Yeah.
And that's what I got too. So I mean, like I said, if I had an argument, but I just don't see enough of Joe, you know, to even make a suggestion. So all right. What we got left?
What do we got left? We got well, here's another one. Jordan Sill. This is going to be left-handed, and it's going to be against Logan Anderson out of Montana.
That torque wrench?
Yes. The torque wrench. Now, there's a strong mofo right there. Yep. He's good.
Here's a guy, torque wrench, where not a lot of people know him outside the surrounding areas, right?
Yeah, he's not well known, but the people that do know him know how strong he is. Yes. Diesel strong. Yeah. He's green, right? So Logan's pretty green. He broke his arm. He got, just as he started getting really good, he broke his right arm, right? And it was a pretty bad break. So he had some PTSD for a couple of years, but I mean, he's starting to pull with it now. But he only had a left after that.
Right.
But his left is strong. Now, does he look comfortable at the table? No, he still hasn't. He's still green looking, but he's so damn strong. Like that's why they call him the torque wrench, because it's just diesel strength, right?
But he did look strong against Chuck Young. I saw that match with him and Chuck Young, and I didn't see any, he looked very confident.
He did. But if you watch, I mean, he fought for nothing. He fought for nothing in the setup. His body and arm placement in that match was just horrendous. But he was so damn strong, right? Like Chuck, he was stuffing Chuck the first couple rounds just because of his strength, really.
But that goes back to what we said. You can't be a one-trick pony, because look what happened. You know, if you know not to go power for power against torque wrench, then you might want to try something different. And in that match with Chuck Young, he didn't do it. Therefore, Chuck got the pin, but then
if you watch it, and if you watch it afterwards, though, they redid the third round, and then Chuck pinned him, and then they pinned him, and he pinned him. Chuck ended up pinning him like 3 times after the match was over, because they kept redoing the rounds for some reason. I watched it live, so Chuck had his number. Once Chuck had his number, he had his number. It's just the first couple rounds, Logan was really strong. Now Logan's been working on it though, and I know that he's been going to practices. really working on his body positioning, and he's working on trying to fight in the setup to get something. Logan, when I watch Logan pull, he's so bad for just accepting shit because he's strong, right?
Yeah.
If Logan fights for what he wants to start with, I don't know. Like, he'd be really hard to beat, that guy. Yeah, but he tends to just compromise and settle for less, and I don't know why.
Well, there you go. He said his stamina has significantly increased. There you
go. Yeah. Oh, I'm not bashing you, Logan. I'm just telling the 100% truth on what I was thinking. Right. I'm rooting for you 100%. You're my boy. You're great. One of the nicest guy I ever met. But like I said, I want to see him. Yeah, I want to see his stamina get better, and I want to see him fight. I want to see him fight before the go. I want to see Logan say, no, I'm not going to start unless I got what I want. If Logan does that, I tell you, he probably wins most of the time unless you're really, really good. So,
well, keep the show with the head ref there. So
now, Jordan, listen, Logan, if you're not fighting, I want you fighting. So as soon as you go to that table, Logan, you're not taking Jordan's hand is not. It's a major league hand. It's a big hand. It's a strong hand, and he knows what he's doing. So you can't just settle for crap. You have to fight. I want Logan to win. I'm going for Logan. I think Logan's strong enough, and I think if Logan doesn't settle and he says, "I want that," get the ref's grip. Take the ref's grip. If you can go to straps too, because you might be able to just not make it about the arm and fuck the hand and just rip him. And don't hesitate. If you feel you can take him, you rip him sideways. Jordan hates side pressure. Just crank on him. But yeah. I think I like Logan so much. I'm passionate over this match because I like Logan. He's such a good guy, like really nice guy. So
is Jordan's match with Clifton first or with Torque Wrench first?
Torque Wrench is no. Clifton and Sill is first, and then Torque Wrench. These are in order. So 1 to 15 is in order. So
gotcha.
Yeah. So anyway, listen. I'm going with the Torque Wrench. I think Torque Wrench can do it.
You know what? If it goes to a strap, I think Torque Wrench will, do some work and probably put some bleed on Jordan, in my opinion. But, Logan, don't hate me for this, but I think Jordan's too much of a smart puller and too savvy on the table to allow that to happen. And I think what we'll see is that the experience might carry over, I wish I saw Torque Wrench on a more of a broader spectrum. Like, aside from the stuff in Montana, if we saw him elsewhere and compete, because I've always told people, you don't know how good you are. And my teammate or my co-host Nathan knows this in the chat, because I say this all the time. You don't know how good you are until you venture outside your comfort zone. Time zone, region, country, whatever. You don't know how good you are until you do that. I think Jordan's not going to play into the strength game with this one. I think he's going to go ahead and be technical as can be, But I'm going with Jordan still. No disrespect to your heart.
Yeah, I'm going up to your heart going for Logan. But I would say he's not the favorite. Logan's not the favorite. But I'm gonna say, if you at least fight and don't accept bullshit, and you actually feel comfortable starting, you got a good chance to win, Logan. So just think of that when you're in that setup. Think, I can't just take mediocre setups, because Jordan will expose you for sure. So,
yeah. Neil Pickup, if you're still in the chat, please stay on, because we really want your expertise on the main event. Are we at the main event yet?
Almost.
Okay.
What we got next? So the next one's Alexander Groot versus Cody Wood. One's from Idaho, one's from Georgia. Georgia. Yeah.
No, here it is, man. Because I'm gonna say this now. Maybe Alex Groot might be biting off more than he could chew. Maybe not. I don't know. He's a Pacific Northwest guy. I hope he's taking this seriously, because Cody Wood, who's going to be on your show coming up, right?
Tomorrow.
So you can ask him about it, But
Hey, Neil. Oh, and Neil, accept me following you on Instagram so I can message you. I can't message you if it says you cannot message me. It says I can only message you once you've accepted or you followed me back. So if you followed me back, Neil, I could message you. Yeah. So
well, Alex Groot, your nickname, or you have been officially, christened with the nickname.
I don't
I
know.
am.
Oh yeah, I am. Okay. Nice.
But yes, Neil, please hang out, because when we get to the main event, which is Saunders against Alex Warzinski, we'd love to have your expertise on that. And if you're not busy, I will gladly share the link with you, and you can chime in if you want. So, matter of fact, I might do that right now. I'll just share the link with you. If you can get on, that'd be awesome. If you can't, totally get that. But Cody Wood, Alexander Groot, what do you think, Mr. Brian?
You know what? I seen Alexander Groot against Jake Houston last year, and I was amazed. I was really impressed. He's got a really, really, really big hand. Really big hand. Super strong. Some of his lifts are, for his body weight, are ridiculous. I would say Cody's got to be the heavy favorite, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. But, I thought Jake Houston was going to run over him last year. Mind you, Jake wasn't in his best shape. I don't know. This match is going to be close. I'm going to say Cody's going to win, but I think everyone's going to know who Alexander Groot is after this match. I think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be a one done. 1, 2, 3, you're done. I think it's going to be a war. I don't think that Alex. He doesn't give up for nothing, and he doesn't he's going to give 120%, guaranteed. So, and his hand is very, very good. So I just don't know if Cody gets that hook so good and easy. He might have to battle him in the hook, but Alexander's hook isn't bad either. So he's strong everywhere. I think Cody wins, but I think it's going to be a war. Yeah.
This is where certain matches make people get them on the mat, right? And I think for Mr. Groot, this is the match that's going to, you want to be on the stage. You want, eyes on you. This is it right here. This is going to be it right here. So, maybe Cody has, with the hair, might give him the extra 10%, as Clifton might say. Candy obviously is going for Cody. You're going for Cody. Lucky's going for Cody. You know what? I'll go the other way. I'll root for the Pacific Northwest guy. I live in this neck of the woods. I'll go for Alex Groot, but I'm going to tell you something, Groot. This is a match where you want to make a name for yourself. This is the one right here, okay? So just know that, hey, Cody's looking thick. I've seen that guy. That guy got muscles in places where people ain't got places, okay? Let's get that straight. So that dude is just chiseled. Can you imagine if...
See that?
Who's that?
Just to show Neil, it says you both follow. No, it says no. What's it say? It says I've been following his account, but it won't let me message. It says you can't message this account unless they follow you. To connect, it may help if you follow them. Well, I followed him, but it won't let me message him. It just says follow on there. So I don't know. Just let you know, Neil. I still can't message you, brother. Yeah, sorry, Jody.
No, it's all right. Sorry, Neil. Yeah, it's. I forgot the time difference. It's 11:30 at night over there. So he goes, sorry, I've already done 2 podcasts tonight. Yeah, I get it, man. Sorry about that. I totally forgot about the time difference over there. But
through the fingers, Neil. Through the fingers, man.
Yeah. So yes, but if you can just at least give your expertise or if you want to talk about it now. The main event, which is Saunders against Alex Warzinski. Man, oh man, are we at that match yet?
Yeah, we're there now. Next match, yeah.
There you go. Here we go. Main event. I'm gonna give this 2 stars.
Yes.
Expertise. What you want to roll with this one first?
Yeah. You got Adam Warzinski, South Carolina, part of the Carolina Chaos team, which is a killer team. Versus Sandra Setis out of Latvia, who used to be my coach for a year. this match is crazy, and I think a lot of people are counting out Adam, and I don't know. I think you have to think Sanders. I guess I might as well roll out to Jody because I started talking about it. But I think you have to say Sanders is the favorite. But I'm telling you right now, Adam, if he can get it inside, and Sanders, he doesn't always fight it. Like sometimes he's willing because if he's feeling good, he'll bang inside. I think Adam's in this match, man. I think he's in it. I mean, I would have to think Sanders is the favorite, but see, and a lot of people say 3-0, but I think Sanders is going to play, and Adam, if he gets in that hook, I think we're going to see a freaking dogfight. I think, you know what? I think Sanders is going to win, but I don't think it's going to be 1, 2, 3 over. I think it's going to be a war. I mean, Adam went to Worlds. He got second place, and he had banger after banger after banger. It wasn't like he got a whole bunch of easy ones and had a war at the end. It was like every match he had at Worlds was a war, right? So I don't know. I got this match really close. I gotta say Sanders, but and I know how good he is. I mean, like I said, I paid him every month for training for almost a year. So I got Sanders winning, but I think this match is going to be close. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm rooting for Adam. I'm rooting for Adam, Ryan. Yeah.
I'm wondering, where they're going to wait at, where they're going to meet and wait as far as that goes.
They have a cap. It's 10. I think it's 105. 105 is the max. You can't surpass 105.
So that's what,
231. 231. Yeah, 231.
Okay.
Yeah. So there is a weight cap.
Yeah. Hey, I like that. Man. Again, if can you imagine if Adam got the W on this? Because think about it. I mean, wait to see him.
I can imagine it. I think it's possible. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got 60-40. 69 might even have a 55-45. I think the match is going to be close. And I'm rooting for Adam, but I think Sanders might have to give him the edge. But
there's some things you got to look at. So, first of all, can Adam get into a hook with Sanders? There's question number one.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I know if some way, somehow, Sanders' wrist gets taken like this, Adam is not releasing that. Once Adam gets this, he is not letting go. He's going to stay there until the cows come home. And, one has to wonder, but can he get this? Can he get that? That's what it'll come down to, Man, that's tough to pick, man. It's tough to pick.
Yeah.
It's one of those matches where you don't want to happen because it's too hard to pick. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Here's one.
It's the only person I've ever seen top roll Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Sanders, Sanders is at that level, Ryan. I mean, listen, I'm rooting 100% for Adam. I want Adam to win. I like Adam. He's a good guy, and he works hard. I think he's got a chance to win. I got Sanders 55, Adam 45. I'm totally. I think it's gonna be a banger. I see Sanders winning, edging it out, but I think it's gonna be a war, and I want Adam to win. Like I'm rooting for Adam. So I mean, he's a really good person. He's been on the podcast. Sanders, you haven't been on the podcast yet, so can't root for you. Yeah.
I already called one upset. I'm calling for another. But then again, would it be if Adam were to win?
I don't know if it'd be that big. No, I don't know if it'd be an upset. You got two really high level competitors competing against each other, right? So, yeah, I mean. No, I don't think it's an upset. I think it's going to be close. I don't. I just think that Sanders is favorite, but I like I said, I want Adam to win, right? So, yeah.
I'm going to go with the War Machine just for two reasons, just to be different.
Yeah.
But I want to see where this goes because there were whispers prior to WAF in Bulgaria. When we, knew that Adam was going, some people were like going, "Oh, how's he going to do? Is he going to make top 10?" and he took second.
Yeah,
you know. So I think, and then there were some whispers too about, oh, he's on all this juice and he passed his drug test.
Yeah.
So I think he likes when people doubt him, because then I think that fuels him. And when you hear that, oh, Saunders this, Saunders that, that might fuel him. It's like, okay, here we go. I'm going for, and like I said, I don't know, because can you call it upset if Adam wins? You know what I mean? Can you call it upset?
I don't think so. I think it's so close. I think it's closer than most people see. I see so many 3-0s from people for Sanders. I don't agree with it. I don't. I think Sanders isn't even coming all this way to just beat him 3-0 anyway. I think he would, even if he can get Adam's hand, I know Sanders is going to go inside with him. And then I just don't know. I think Adam's inside is as good as it comes. I think it's as good as it gets. So
I want to know, since Ryan's in the chat, hey, when you gonna take on Tim Tall match? Come on, Ryan the Bull. When's that gonna happen? I've been, man.
I got Ryan beating Tim. I don't think Tim. I don't know. I think if Alan Ford couldn't beat him, I don't think Tim can beat him. Because I think Talon Ford's better than Tim. So I think Ryan beats Tim. And that's no offense to Tim.
No, there was a show we did. Damn, it might have been 3 weeks ago, I think, maybe. And Tim was like, "What's up?" He was calling everybody. He was calling everybody out. I mean, he's calling Ryan out. Let's do this, that kind of stuff. I'm like, oh, I like that match. So yeah. I had to throw it in there.
It'd be a good match. It'd be interesting.
Yeah,
it'd be interesting. I've seen Tim gas in some matches. Ryan's not going to gas. No, and Tim's going to have to be really, really strong. I think highly of Ryan because I like watching. Ever since his match with Alan Ford, I ain't ever going against Ryan Bellinger. I probably said your last name wrong, like I always do. But yeah,
I think it's pronounced Belanger.
I think it's Belanger or something. Yeah, I know, and I call it Bellinger. I know, I'm an asshole. But yeah, I always root for him though. I always root for him now because that was my favorite. I voted you guys match of the year too, Ryan. Just let you know. As soon as that vote came out for East versus West, a lot of us guys here voted for you and Alan Ford for match of the year. So
there you have it, everybody. 15 matches on the Montana Armbender event that will take place in Great Falls, Montana.
Yes.
February 14th on a Saturday. Wow, that's going to be awesome. I mean, that'll be a day after my birthday, so I can probably sit there and, I'll probably have to watch it Sunday because Valentine's Day. Don't want to upset the missus. I'm
competing the same day. Yeah.
Where are you competing at?
At Battle Zone in Calgary. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Huge.
Is that the tournament or you have a match?
No, it's a tournament. I asked for a match. The guy couldn't make it out this way. I wanted to pull Sean Ross, but no, it's a tournament. But it's going to be amazing. There's a super match night Friday night, tournament Saturday, and then we're holding the arm wrestling clinic on the Sunday. And it's in 250,000 square foot buildings. There's going to be 40,000 people in attendance. It's free for the public. So if you're in Calgary that weekend of Valentine's Day, there's no charge. It's free. So just come on down to the BMO Center, and there's no one pays anything. And there's 20 sports there too. There's tech ball, volleyball, Special Olympic powerlifting. Like there's everything. There's like
is it like a sports festival?
Yes, it's like a mini Olympics. Yeah, it's called the Good Games. Okay. Yeah, it's called the Good Games.
Nice.
And, yeah, so it's going to be amazing. Like they're expecting 40 to 50,000 people in attendance for it. So.
Man, can you imagine the vendors over there?
Yeah, I know. That's what I know. I know it's crazy. I know. So anyway, yeah, good times. And I'll be buying the pay-per-view anyway, and I'll be watching it after myself. And like I said, we sponsored this Armbender event through the Fingers. We're proud to have sponsored the Chuck Easton match. And yeah, make sure you buy the pay-per-view. Josh is doing amazing things, and we should support him and buy the pay-per-view.
I was first.
Nice.
I was first.
That's awesome.
You see Clifton trying to stir the pot?
Yeah, he does that. He does that. Yeah. Jody doesn't pull right though, Clifton, and I don't really pull left. So
Sorry, my man. And
That's
Chuck's,
kind of,
I put Chuck's in there.
Jody, that's actually kind of cool though, because
What's that?
we can be friends and I don't have to really worry about pulling you. I can root for you and you can root for me because we're opposite hands. Yeah. Unless you get healed up somehow on the right. Yeah.
You know what? I don't have the financial backing to get any kind of stem cells. I've never done that kind of stuff before. I don't know.
PRP,
I want to start jamming placentas in my arm or hand or wherever the fuck
do the
that is.
PRP, bro.
What is PRP?
It's plasma enriched platelets. And it's
with all these acronyms going on, I don't know what TRT, PM4, ESPN. I don't know what all that shit is, man.
It's 20% the price, though, and it works almost as good. Not as good, but almost as good. Yeah.
I'm happy if I can get away with just using some fish oil and just kind of, lubricate that shit. I got some fish oil,
Yeah. No, you know what? When I got injured, I was on it, man, because it was either I had 18 months off or I was going to get back as fast as I could. So I ripped that I can't even say the word, but that flexor ligament and the UCL I tore at nationals. Everybody's heard about it, but I went on the Wolverine and did PRP treatments, and it's 6 months later. I'm pretty much. It's going to be 7 months when I compete at Battle Zone from the injury.
So. Now, do you have any PTSD?
Yes, I do a little bit. So that's what I've been trying to do now. Like with my side pressure training, is just try to just forget about that feeling of going side and it ripping like a zipper and feeling that Zacto knife. And I think of that when I go sideways. So I do have a little bit of it, but we got up to 3 50-pound bands the other day, and I wasn't watching, but Dale grabbed the bands and pulled on them like this, and I still ripped it across the table and pinned it. And I figure, I don't know how much weight was there, but it's back. And if it was going to rip, it would have ripped. It was definitely over 100 pounds of side pressure. So, and I did it, and I didn't have any pain. So I just got to just tell myself, listen, it's healed. You know what I mean? And if it rips, it rips. You got to give her, right? So,
well,
1 second, I'm on a pod. Sorry. Yeah.
Well, it's okay because we're about to. I mean, we're done with the prediction show. So
we're done. It was good.
Wrap this up so I can get a little bit more training in. I trained. I've been on the phone with a lot of people today too. Thank you, peeps. And now I'm gonna do a little bit more training, and then I'm kicking back, waiting for the missus to get home from work. So, everybody, thank you for joining us on the show. Brian Parliment, check out Through the Fingers tomorrow because Cody Wood will be the guest. What time?
6 Mountain Standard Time. So 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I don't know the rest.
Candy, Lucky, 8 o'clock for y'all, right? Okay. Yeah. Everybody, thanks for watching the show. I'm gonna tag the powers that be in this, so that way they can see the show. So sure. I'm glad we can get eyes on it. And you know what, everyone,
let me do this with you, Jody. I appreciate it.
No, hey, I enjoy it, man. And everybody, thanks for watching. I know what it's like to do 2 podcasts in one day. Trust me, but I've been there. I've done it. So, all right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your Monday. Okay. Take care.
Okay, peace, everyone. Thanks, bro.